Hey, let's talk about chapter 14. So, a couple important things from chapter 14. Aunt Alexandra wants to fire Cal. She says, we don't need her. I'm here. I can do those things. I can take care of the kids. I can cook for you. And Atticus's response is the important part. He responds that, no, I won't. She's been with us. She's part of this family. That's a huge statement for a white person to make in the 1930s, to say that this black woman who is their cook, their housekeeper, a paid worker, for him to say, no, I won't fire her. She is part of this family. She's not just a worker, she's part of the family. Like I said, for a white person to say this about a black person was a huge deal. It also shows Atticus putting Alexandra in her place. Okay? It shows the difference between the two of them. Even though they came from the same family, one, Alexandra, is racist, prejudice, all of that. The other, Atticus, isn't. He accepts Calpurnia as part of his family. So, huge characterization for the book and going forward. Then Jem and Scout getting into the fight. I'm not really concerned about who started it, they both kind of jumped in at the same time. But the important part is that even though Jem is 12 and he's acting like he's Mr. Jem, there's still a part of him that is a child because he engages in a fist fight with his little sister. And Scout feels a little bit of triumph about being able to get him to fight with her. The next part about Dill running away and he's hiding under Scout's bed. So the first thing to understand is that when Jem comes in there and she thinks it's a snake and he pokes under the bed and then it's just Dill, the first thing to understand of importance here is that Jem goes and tells Atticus. And there's a line in there that says, he broke the childhood code. This is a huge part because when little kids, run and playing together, they don't tattle on each other. They don't go tell. It's their secrets that they keep, right? Scout never told that they were all the stuff that they were doing to Boo Radley, even though she felt like it was wrong. But here, Jem says, no, the responsible thing to do, the right thing to do is to tell Atticus. See, he's hit that point of maturity where he knows that this isn't just about the three of them being able to hang out together, but you've got other people in play. You've got Dill's parents who are going to be looking for him and completely freaked out that he's missing, which is going to, they're going to contact Miss Rachel. And it's just a whole ball. And the fact that Jem is able to look at that and see that there's other people to consider in this, and he knows that he needs to go tell Atticus, that's a huge step of maturity. And I know you guys have all this stuff about don't be a snitch, whatever. Well, there's times where you have to go and tell. When it's about somebody's safety, when it's about a big issue like this, you have to tell the right people so that you can either get somebody help or so that you can, fix a situation. But Dill and Scout are mad that he goes and tells because they don't understand the big picture of the parents being worried, police being called, all this kind of thing going on. But Jem does. The next part of importance I want you to catch is why he ran away. Like he told this big story about how they were mean and they, chained him in the basement and a passing farmer fed him peas through the window and all this kind of stuff. That's just his imagination. The real reason he ran away, he says that they weren't interested in him. They're better off without me. They don't want me around. They're not mean to me. They buy me everything I want, and then they say, we bought you that, now go play with it. We got you that book, now go read it. So they take good care of him. They hug, they kiss, they tuck me in at night, but they don't pay attention to him. And what kids of this age want, he's, sorry, that was my dog. What he wants at this age, at 8, 9 years old, is kids want to be loved. They want to be played with. They want your time and your attention. It's not all about the stuff, it's about the time that you spend together. So, a little parenting lesson that you're learning from To Kill a Mockingbird. The next important part was the last paragraph. When they're getting ready to go to sleep, Scout says to Dill, "Why do you think Boo Radley didn't run off?" And Dill, not really even understanding the importance of his words, says, "I guess he didn't have anywhere to run to." I want you to take that line and think about the loneliness that that statement implies. Boo Radley had nowhere to go where he could get help. He had nowhere to go. Sorry, the dog is pouncing into my computer. He had nowhere that he could go for safety, for reprieve, for love. He's got no one in this world. That's a pretty sobering statement to say that he had nowhere to go. I think each and every one of you could make an entire list of people that if you needed to go somewhere, you've got places you could go. Whether it's aunts and uncles, cousins, family friends, your own friends, parents. I hope that you would put me on that list. I hope that you know that if you need something, I'm always here. And you guys know how to get a hold of me. All right? I told you that at the beginning of the year. It still holds true here at the end of the year. And it holds true for the rest of your high school career and beyond. If you need something, you know where to find me. Okay? So, Boo Radley must be a pretty lonely person that he has nowhere to go.